I don't know how you got here. I don't know your journey all the way to specifically to this video, but specifically you are finding this video on the day that you are finding it, because it is now time for you to hear the words that I'm gonna say. Woohoo! You've reached that point in the game. The amount of struggle that you have had in your life is overwhelming. And when you actually start going down the list of things, uh, it gets a little bit like, holy crap, I'm kind of a badass. I've been through a lot, and I've survived it, and I'm still moving. And right now, you have entered this almost like, I don't want to say cocoon, I want to say like a hibernation. A mini hibernation, because you're able to. Because you're able to. You put in all this work, you're like, okay, all things are gathered. You're able to sleep for a long time because you've stored enough fat to like feed off of those reserves. One, two, three, as I say that. And now you're waiting for your spring. And it may go along with the seasons, but there's something about you specifically. You just kind of have your own seasons, kind of throughout the day, even. You have seasons throughout the day. There was a song playing in my head, and I wanted to hurry up and record it before I forgot. But now all I hear is raindrops keep falling on my head. 202. But that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Something like that. That's a good song. You should go listen to it. Um, because it's about having the perspective. You have been able to flip perspective for so long in your life. And that gift specifically is something that you get to give to other people. When people come and speak with you, they say, "Oh my gosh, this is what's going on. I'm so and then you say, "Well, have you ever thought of it like this?" Or you just say something something something. And they're like, "Whoa, I've never thought about it like that." You plant, not only plant a seed, you give somebody like a whole plant and say, "Hey, did you know 303? Did you know that this specific plant isn't just like some green thing? It also, after you grow it for a couple of years, it'll give you fruit. And those fruit will be sour or acidic." I'm talking about citrons. the I don't know why I chose the citron tree. A lemon. I guess, 333. Lemons, citrons mean something to you. So if you know, tell me. I would like to know. I like validation. But you are providing not just like, okay, here's a seed and here's a manual and all of that. You have been providing people with full on plants. And some of these people are just letting them die. They're just throwing them in a closet. Like you could literally like you could just leave it outside. It was already ready to go. You could just left it. It would have been fine. Or even yet, it reminds me of the silver buffalo berry bush. Yeah, it's a berry bush. You can eat these berries. You can, but you can also use them as soap. They lather. That's cool stuff. You didn't know that until somebody told you. Or until you lathered a berry. But there's something about how the pain, the changes in your life, the sudden transformations, you've been transmuting energy for so long that it is 444 as I say that. You have been doing it for so long that it seems effortless in other people's eyes, but it's because you've been trained on it since you were a child. Since you were too young to be trained on this. Wow. And now I don't remember what I said. It just slipped from my mind like that. It is the next step in your healthy journey of realizing that the things that happen to you are not the reason why you have these gifts. What you can see now is that these gifts are the reason why you were able to make it through the things you made it through. And now you feel more than comfortable being the expert in your specific mindset. People are always, once they know your story, and that's the thing too about you, is that you don't tell your story. You remind me of I there's this anime called Fruits Basket, and in that it's a reverse harem. But in that the main character, she is living in a tent because her mother passed away. She never asks for help. She just gets through it. She doesn't tell anybody what's going on, and sometimes people really misunderstand why she's unable to do the things that she needs to do. Or like in this, you can, if you watch the first episode, it'll be that. But she is the type that doesn't say, hey, I can't do this, or I let you down, or whatever, because I had something serious going on. You do not share your story. And the amount that you don't want to share your story is a sign in and of itself that you should be sharing it. You don't have to do it right now. Um, this is just your official sign to share your story. You can find a way that makes sense for you. You might want to write it. You might want to sit in front of your phone in an office and say it that way. You might want to do it in poetry. You might want to put it into a song. Who knows? But your story is worth being heard. You know, a lot of times people think that their suffering isn't suffering enough. 4:54 as I'm saying this on my time. That their suffering isn't enough to even worth being heard. I can't get the words out. Maybe that's why there's something to do with worth. And there's a lot of shame. There's so much shame. You sharing the times that you've felt embarrassed or shame or persevered through that, and maybe you're still feeling it, helps other people not feel the shame. And this is something that's been going on a lot lately. And this is something that's going through the collective whenever we talk about this healing that's going on. You're one of the many people who will be able to heal not only yourself, but previous timelines. Within your own lifetime, you will be able to undo the things that were done to you, undo the pain that you endured. And for some reason, I hear that you're not, I'm not sure if you're ready to hear that part yet, but that's okay. That's okay. Because a lot of you are ready to hear it. So I do trust that. 8:48 as I say that. So pay attention to your dreams, your daydreams. And also, songs aren't just popping into your head for no reason. There's something musical about your soul. Music resonates with a lot of people in general in their souls because another, it's frequency. But their music speaks to you in a very different way. Um, Sometimes you'll notice certain songs that you've been listening to forever. You'll look at the numbers of the song, and all of a sudden, those numbers are speaking to you. And that's really what you're noticing a lot, is that so much is speaking to you right now. Numbers, songs, the way that the colors are showing up in your whenever you have your eyes closed. You're getting these like inklings, and you're getting lots of information, really. Um, and you feel like you have to start initiating all these things, and you don't. You just have to be aware of all the possibilities, um, and wait for the dust to settle. A lot of stuff is being kicked up in your energy right now, and so this hibernation period that you're going through, again, it might be just you might hibernate for an hour a day. You might find yourself taking naps. I mean, it is cold times. We are warm-blooded animals. We're not that different from any other mammal. Um, so naturally, we're slowing down a bit more. And also, like, things are being taken out of your schedule for you, so then you can slow down. Perhaps it feels like you're wanting to get going or go do these hangouts, and people, it's just not working out, but that's because it's not supposed to yet. It just isn't. You're about to enter a time where you are overflowing so much that this fountain has been created. And so you don't have to move. You're allowed to be still in this moment and allow the beavers to hear the trickling water, so then they can create a dam. And then at that point, the waterways start to grow. The entire environment around you begins to create this homeostasis. All you have to do is be water, which sounds is like an easy phrase, but you know what water does? Water is not only going to be carving down so many stones, they create the Grand Canyon. It also evaporates and turns into clouds and falls again and freezes, and it's all these things all at once. And somehow it's still water. That's how it is. Sometimes you appear to be in a different form, but ultimately you are still water. Sometimes you're a little bit more head in the clouds, and sometimes you are deep in the depths of some cave that no one will ever discover except for you because you allowed your water to run free. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what that those analogies are about, but you had to hear it. That's a you thing. After this transformation, okay, after this transformation, you're creating this balance and equity within your system, your specific system. There are contracts and stuff that you have chosen not to renew. There are things that you are choosing to do. Like, I'm just seeing like an office, like a cubicle. And like they're all in there just moving things in a way to like open up the cubicle space. How to explain this? So there's like a whole bunch of cubicles, and all of them originally are facing each other like this, so so people are not really seeing each other. But now the cubicles are being turned all outward, so then it's more of like a circle. And now the communication isn't just this person's working on this thing, it's that everybody's working on all the things at once together. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Um, Maybe that's how you see your internal dialogue. It's all about the story that you tell yourself. And I think that's perhaps how you have seen your internal, is that it needs to be like this, like almost clinical bureaucracy And they're just a bunch of kids dressed up in suits, and they don't have to be like that. They can go ahead and turn the cubicles into a whole big blanket fort if they want to, because, like, why so serious? And that's that's what they're wanting to know. Why does it always got to be so serious? You've been a grown up since you were a child. Why can't you be a child? And you have the answers. You know that it's from trauma. You know that it's from how you were, how you dealt with all the things from you were since you were young, and now you are in charge of your life, and you fully feel in charge of your life. This divine relationship, this sudden soulmate that you're finding is yourself. Wholly and truly, it is yourself. And it has become so clear to you that the next steps in your life don't even really have to be planned or plotted, because you see the path clearly. It's right there. It's nice and it's paved somehow, because you have thought of it, and you have really set yourself up into this, like, security. You know that you have from the future built this path back to yourself, because that's how amazing you are. I think I was it was wowing me as it was coming out, because I'm just like, that's what it looked like. It was like almost like the Wizard of Oz was sending a road back to you, but you were the wizard. You are already on the path so much, and so much on the right path, that everything that you do is going to end up in this healing. This is what they call in the entrepreneur business and in physics escape velocity, where there is so much velocity you can't escape it. It's a suction. It brings you in. It creates its own gravity. And essentially, the steps that you already put into motion created such momentum within your soul that you've already done it. You've already done it. That's why you can hibernate. That's why you can relax now. It's because it's done. Now you just let the seed grow beneath the dirt. Now you just wait. And really, it's not even the seed anymore. It's the whole tree. You see the tree is good. Now you just see that the tree will go through its seasons, as it always does, because it bears fruit. I just feel like a lot of relief right now. I feel like so much relief for you. And it was 5:05 as I was saying that. I really feel like a breath of relief like that. It's just that your guides, your angels say that you did everything that you needed to do. You are where you need to be, and now you get to rest. You built the boat. You put it on the water. It's clear waters now, and now you just have to go with the flow. There's a lot of water analogies. It's all analogies today, I'll tell you that. But you got this. You've done it. And you're safe. All that being said, I'm sending much love to you, and enjoy your relief as you have it. if you allow yourself to have it, because I know you are such a hard worker, and so it's hard for you to actually be still and trust that you've done everything that you needed to do. Now you have entered this trusting relationship with yourself that you know that you locked the doors and you turned off the stove and you did all the things that you needed to and you packed everything you needed because you were diligent and kind to yourself and patient. And even if you forgot everything, you still have all the tools within you to do what you have to do. So, in the meantime, look out for the numbers and stay synchronized.